What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. It's been a long time doing this, but welcome back to Master Duel Tech Talk. And this time around, I would like to discuss a unique tech card that I have been main decking for quite some time, in case people never noticed it throughout the usual games I've been tuning in with. And that tech card is Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion. Just like every other Ghost Girl hand trap in terms of stats. Level 3, no attack, 1800 defense. In this one, she is a Earth zombie and obviously part tuner. So when it comes to Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion, whenever something gets activated that involves any of the following criteria: add something from grave to the hand, deck, or extra deck, special summon from the graveyard, banish a card from the graveyard, discard Ghost Belle, negate that activation. Hard once on Ghost Belle. Now there are some pros and some cons when it comes to Ghost Belle. The con part, obviously, is negate that activation. So that means if the opponent were to have another copy of something, then the opponent is able to perform that same activation again. But the pro about Ghost Belle is that when it comes to different types of decks, let us go ahead and find out what applications about how good Ghost Belle can be impactful for. First things first, with tier elements. Now, the majority of the tier elements can be stopped at a proper time. So that means you got something like in TCG land, you still have Merlee, but on Master Duel, she's banned, but I'm still gonna mention her. Merlee in TCG land, Sharon, and Halfness can be stopped from fusion summoning because you're putting cards back to the deck and or extra deck. Reinhardt, same thing, because instead of putting stuff back to the deck, unlike the Aqua Girls, Reinhardt is the reborn of the archetype, and Ghost Belle can stop Reinhardt in terms of reborn. And then the tier element fusions of Kaleidoheart and Rukalos, both of them can be stopped because Rukalos says, if this fusion summon card gets sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card. So Ghost Belle can stop Rukalos from being reborn. And then Kaleidoheart, same thing. This one is special summon this card, obviously from the graveyard. And if you do, send one tier elements card from deck to graveyard. Basically, you're stopping Kaleidoheart from reborning itself. And then speaking of the tier elements Kashtira is also another card that can be stopped. Same with Scareclaw Kashtira, because you're banishing cards from the graveyards. The Scareclaw Kashtira for the Scareclaw, and tier elements Kashtira for the tier element strategies. Now, switching gears over to the Kashtira, obviously as mentioned from before, aside from Scareclaw and Tielemus Kashtira, Belle can also stop Kashtira birth because you are able to prevent birth from being revived Kashtira monsters from the graveyard, to be specific. And then switching over to Labyrinths. When it comes to Labyrinths, you got Coup Clock in terms of getting itself back from either grave to the hand or to the field. And then Stovey Torby specials itself back to the field. And then Chandraglier, this card gets added back to the hand by itself. So basically, Ghost Belle has that covered. But the realest threat you want to drop Belle would be Big Welcome Labyrinth, because Big Welcome summons from literally anywhere that isn't banished, graveyard included, and it makes it so that the opponent is unable to get out something like Lovely or Lady, and that's huge. Transitioning over to Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace has plenty recursion cards, so that means you have something like Monitor, because Monitor revives any Rescue Ace except itself by attributing the Monitor itself. Fire Engine, this lets you summon any Rescue Ace from literally anywhere that's not banished according to Fire Engine, and Belle can stop the Fire Engine. Same thing with Alert, Rescue, or the HQ, because these Rescue Ace spells are all recursion cards. And last but not least, transitioning over to Snake Eye. A well-timed Ghost Belle can get things covered with the likes of Oak, but the biggest threat you want to stop in terms of gaining advantage would be Flame Burst Dragon. Flame Burst Dragon basically revives 2 of the level 1 fire, while Oak revives 1 Snake Eyes that is all from, well, technically any level 1 fire that is all from banished or graveyard, but most cases from the graveyard. But Ghost Belle hitting Flame Burst Dragon is huge. And last but not least, on the other hand, I forgot to do the honorary mentions when it comes to Ghost Belle. Ghost Belle can also stop literally every Psy-Frame monster in terms of the effect versions of Psy-Frames, because according to the Psy-Frame monsters, they have the ability to fetch out Psy-Frame Driver from the hand, deck, and or graveyard, but specifically graveyard since we're covering Ghost Belle. And last but certainly not least, this card, aka Ghost Belle, also hard counters Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is one of those usual staples that we all know and love to counter hand traps and many more, but with Ghost Belle in its existence, it makes it so that Call by the Grave is actually nullified. And that's huge. Let me know down in the comment section below about what do you guys think about Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion. Realistically, I once enjoyed Ghost Belle in my Verniself deck lists throughout many seasons ago involving Ghost Belle, and all I can say is that Ghost Belle can come up clutch in some unique scenarios. And what's even more crazy about Ghost Belle, to my own personal liking, is that if I were to play something like Verniselfs, Verniselfs can literally also help me get Ghost Belle back in any shape or form. So I honestly find Ghost Belle to be like one of the most contender hand traps of all hand traps. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on the discussion of Ghost Belle and Haunted Mansion. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and we'll catch you guys next time.